The simplest of the organic molecules is going to be the hydrocarbons. And if you just look at the name hydrocarbon, it tells you what you're going to find in these. These are going to be molecules that contain only hydrogen and carbon, so those will be the only atoms that you find. So if we have molecules made up of hydrogen and carbon, that means that every bond that you have is either going to be carbon bonding with carbon, or it's going to be hydrogen bonding with carbon. And if you look at that, notice that these are both going to be nonpolar covalent bonds. And so we are going to have molecules with hydrocarbons that are made up entirely of nonpolar covalent bonds. And then what that means for them is that these are going to be things that are hydrophobic. So they're not going to dissolve in water. They won't be able to interact with the water molecules at all because they don't present any charges that the water molecule is going to be able to interact with. So if we just draw a couple hydrocarbon examples to give you an idea of what they're going to look like, the simplest would just be a carbon that's surrounded by 4 hydrogens. This is what we call methane right here, or we could write that CH4. That would be the molecular formula of it. We could have something that is going to have some double bonds inside of there. So if we look at this one, remember that every carbon is going to get a total of 4 bonds. So I'm just keeping that in mind when I go through here and draw these hydrogens on here. So that would be one. And then if we want to draw them with skeletal formulas, we could do that too. So that would be an example of a hydrocarbon. They could have ring structures as well. So there's just another example, and I'm putting a double bond in that one. We could add on, that would be a hydrocarbon. So since the only requirement is that they contain hydrogen and carbon, the variety of sizes and shapes is really large. So when you're looking for hydrocarbons, look only for hydrogen and carbon. If there's any other element present, then it's not going to be one of these. And then we also want to keep in mind that they have all nonpolar covalent bonds, and that means that these are going to be things that are hydrophobic or do not dissolve in water.